Okay, Abusian former Auditor General Domelevo are tracked down a Ken OforiAtta's and hidden bank account with 52 billion stolen Ghana cedis. Abusian sa Ken OforiAtta's on an SML ne company no the area Ghana sika Abusian Sisiano top US journalist about expose the big timer Domelevo. And so attract a year Ken OforiAtta's and a bank account now 52 billion a year Ghana cedis. And it is a Ken OforiAtta's, it is a where we are on my ya OSE. Yes, and so I exposing what sir Sikaya Ken OforiAtta's area no afa or they protect no me yanko na yanko kuti and sama of course unsubscribe ya subscribe like and share ma afofron so enter into me and kabia ha Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that any update be able to drop it piano once able to me aka medamase.
Again, Emma Kisieja being a press conference about 2-3 things. The reason why our press conference in Ghana say Attorney General letter Akroma Kisieja being after Kisieja being actual letter comma at a year office of the president through the chief of staff's office say, oh here a way or a green light to go and bring Ken OforiAtta's in. And a chief of staff can say, enye me juma, a attorney general juma. And attorney general troll letter come Kisieja beka che Kisieja being. You know something? Ye nyoma be mienu miensa pe firi ho. Ye nsaka sa nyoma na whatever assistance you were asking from the Jubilee House, no, we have it. We will give you to extradite Ken OforiAtta's to Ghana. That's it. And nyoma be na a attorney general ebusa Kisieja being. Obusa no ka chen say 1 or say offer a copy of the docket in its current state on fambre a or no attorney general. Okay, and say baby why investigations need rubiano for sa investigations no docket no document ni na fa breme or say baby we rubia so it did not matter where Kisieja being investigations they do. 2 or say an investigative report or say investigative report so baby a waye rubiano sa eno so no fabra now onim say sa report no inconclusive unwie the investigations and the investigative report ni na unwie no or say for our investigators account to assist him to look into it, and if they have to complete it together and take the next step. So all that we as Ghanaians through the Attorney General we were asking investigative report, dockets, and adding 2 investigators to go and conclude everything with the Attorney General. That's all. Enti na Kisieja being na ye hia Kisieja being to come and tell us the obeka ninja. But let me open your mind on something. Ehona mi wi na machro azan Kisieja being here in there. You cannot trust him because he's playing Ghana. He has taken $50.5 million. He still cannot account for the $50.5 million. He still cannot account for it. Now, Shadebia and they see, let me read a few of the things he spoke about today. Now, so we study a year. Kisieja means some of the kind in the or say we're starting investigations. I mean, what the top from Ghana for. Now, investigations, no, Ken OforiAtta's ne abamu ni pebi ete company bi. Now, mo take company no. Na company no sebio enkrata ni nyira so a e wo se omutumi di dwuma bi e de den ejeje Ghana revenues. Sa company a Ken OforiAtta's mote ye no ma me board to farmer PZ for. Also mote company bi a omo de be kire PPA say oh company we de omo ye ne say omo boa e ma ban etumi jeje eto ni yie. Enti sa company ni Ghana Revenue Authority ye dwuma bebi a ye jeje ye to nyina afri no ye betuma jeje eto no e kwan so a e be ye hyew a emu be dawa Ghana benya sika dodo. Na time Ken OforiAtta's this company no ko kire eye PPA no PPA ka say sa company we eni ngina so any experience any de kire say betume di sa adwuma de no na sa time Ken OforiAtta's eye sa de no na company bi wo hodada e di sa adwuma no ma Ghana sa company no 2015 and almost started di sa adwuma no. Now de na won wo mu nyina ne say Ken OforiAtta's first company no de koye no ohun say yanje antum no PPA or the corner yan jantum and osako change company ni ding or man ni pebisa change company ni ding eben SML. Now they see and say onim say SML no omni experience biem Omni experience. Sanyoma na omni call PPA. Procurement, Public Procurement Authority, ye did deny say you for contract no no. Kedofrata na onim say sa new company na was a rebranding no old one we rebranding no onim say ekoho a omesa pam no into the oye and say company na any Ghana Revenue Authority GRA eye adwuma eboama ye gigi eto no every different avenues government institutions e de ekoto ye no oma oni GRA mpenifo ne ka omuti bon ho ena force company ni say ono ni new company na what na any experience no engineer sa companies ni kon ho na se bi omo so engigi sika omo gigi eto di bi. Remember Ghana mrane kire say e was a PPA ema wo ho kwan say company bi kurampo ebenya contract bi a eya ban contractor eya nipa oya GRA boss no entumi for ono ane pe ema sa company the contract kind of rata nim sa nti ene GRA boss for no mo nim sa nti de omo ye ene say omo ka say eya company na 2015 na omo contractor also omo gege eto na ye rekoto ye no omo ka say sa company no omo force ne say omo for the contract ni bi ema kind of rata company no na omo so engineer no kon ho na omo gege sika ni bi na nyame on pebone na sa company na omo ne aban eye adwuma dada no na omo contract na ebe end na de won wan say omo force ye edikado frata company no esi sa company no kon ho otiase e na omo so edi dwuma na emfa embrakwa mu. In fact sa company na omo ye dwuma pa na ye de kado frata company no esi omo kon ho so omo ngi sika ni bi no sa company no omo mpene so but eye GRA mpenifo omo ba ya and Akuffo Addo omo nyina ne kedofrata ka omo ti bon ho e na omo de sa company no share eye company dada no kon by force oni omo nya adwuma. Now de na ehu awasem nyina mu ne say e ko nenim no sa company na sebio omo di dwuma ansana kedofrata yesi ye force the company abeshom kon no omo contract na expire and this a company the contract expire. That means say kedofrata company na esisa company ni kon no automatically omo the company na also omo free contract nim. Nanso de na won say kedofrata company na ye de share company ni kon say ono na ngigi sika no sa company no contract na expire no kedofrata company de contract na expire omo the contract na ema kedofrata company na PPA for nim Ghana ban nim parliament nim ena GRA mpenifo ne kedofrata tena ase ena omo tam contract no edema kedofrata company na company dwumadie be na omo di so wo hwe dwumadie omo di ne potia na Ghana eto a ye gigi no mbiambia te se airport Temaport eye immigration sa eto na ye gigi no wo nyina no omo na omo wo ede enusuade hu a omo tumi de gigi sa eto ni nyina yie to yie ma ye rekoto Bank of Ghana. Now didim bedum pempenso bi ehun say eye GRA mpenifo ni nyina ne kedofrata ka omo tiri bon ho ena na omo use sa company we illegally ena omo de gi Ghana eto no etua kedofrata de the company ne ka bobre a odisika fa ho enti sa wode wani tubu pa na wo hwa kedofrata ege contract no illegally company ni illegal impenifo mo man ho kwan man ra na cha company no anyina no enso were part of the illegality ena na omuwiaye enti eye OSB so beka kire nde ni nyina no brofo tintin ni nyina no na o ka kire say kedofrata ene nipa bi ene ball kro no eno ano no en ade we ade a OSP aka kire dadaada yenim enya ade foforo enti ende so ko check eye news talking point now you see this. After the name change from SMEL, first company na kedofrata de koya na yanjan tumno near from SMEL. Owie no ko change din na SML. After the name change from SMEL to SML, the revenue assurance contract was taken from West Blue Ghana Limited and awarded to the newly incorporated firm. Inti West Blue Ghana Limited no. Omo ni company na sebio omo ho kwan se omo gigi sa eto no. But kedofrata de SMEL koya na yanjan tumno. Osabe yi ni firo eno de SML ba ya oni GRA mpenifo e de eye contract no by force omde be see West Blue for kon ho say mo by force mo de kene operata enye adwuma we afi what ase. Now after that no they see and say when in sama OSP beka kire ye nim ni nyina dada ensam foforo bi amaye. I am trying to give you an idea of azan any lies papa we be kire mo ne. I see GRA and SML deal was a masterful and mischievously crafted scheme by Ken Oforiatta. Or see, oh, Sa GRA, omni SML for deal na, omukuki yeno, na idea omutina ho, etwinwini ni ye, edisi kwemua, omuyomase, omubomutimu po area Ghanaska. This is not new. This has been there already. The first press conference or can sansem we nyina rundown nyina maye. Enti this is not new. And then obetina ho enda kan 2 hours no. Now, Special Prosecutor Sakachere say over 1.4 billion was paid to SML without proper monitoring or evaluation. It's the main thing in say. At the end of the day, Attorney General can say, Sanyoma wejina fabreno in its current form. But my main show tricky be. On say Special Prosecutor Ekasandeno. So what study SML for no ejuma also mo yankasa. Yes, so mo yade be a friend of revenue assurance. That means say Juma na Ken Oforiatta ejuma kuo no edi nyina no say yeto no omo begege no kwan paso show so se na akrono bia mbema ye betumi nya enough eto revenue e de ato se oman. So we study special prosecutor and some of kan nyina started from 2017 all the way to 2024. Now baby SML for edi sika pa no between 2017 and 2020. Now, you see, Ken Oforiatta company and I was say company na a revenue assurance. Yet for na omutumi jiji. Now Ken Oforiatta sa avenues are not ojiji etwoni nyina through SML no. There was a way he was supposed to get his money. Now he couldn't take the money from those places. He needed to follow the money and take his commission before the money ends up at Bank of Ghana. Remember, Yajiji Ghana 20 nyina free port. Tema. Yajiji nyina free nyina ended up at Ghana Commercial Bank. Edu Ghana Commercial Bank pay entina ho na Bank of Ghana. Iraga Bank of Ghana and one consolidated accounts edem. Now, Ken Oforiatta knew say, oh yes, say you nyina illegally wajiji etwoni nyina na baby a obeji etwo bia the commission that so through the SML company no. So he needed to chase the money. Now, ojiji etwoni nyina no in 2020, sa sika na your friend revenue ni nyina no ekodi Ghana Commercial Banker. Na Ghana wa accounts be your friend the slip accounts. Se sika ni nyina revenue ni nyina koduru ha na revenue na eden a slip ko na koto Bank of Ghana. Muka say 2020. Mebeka kire mo say sa expose we am here in 2020. Meka kire mo say 52 billion every Ghana Commercial Bank. Na sa sika na Auditor General, former Auditor General Domelevo ye no. Sa sika na ko Bank of Ghana na nanka wo say e free ho e ko Bank of Ghana no 52 billion 52.5 billion was missing. Yehu be a fire. Now, so we read the Auditor General's report now or trophies asika no ho. There is a particular place it will give you a sense why Ken Oforiatta's name or the finance minister's name was mentioned. Mamencho. And it's Ken Oforiatta epese oye revenue assurance contracts. No, he knew what he was doing. Or did revenue in area? He would chase the money all the way to Bank of Ghana, Ghana Commercial Bank, take his cut before the money slips into Bank of Ghana. It will read the transfer of tax revenues by GCB to unknown source. So you see the unknown source. Now read here. Letter no was the 5th of October 2020. Now akabe 2 months nya kotwaba 52 billion 52.5 billion rai. Yehu SML ne fast askano. And it's be seen there. Omubuso omu say sikana fahin omu say unknown source. Ken Oforiatta SML. And an omu ye revenue assurance no. Omu jiji revenue na. Because Ken Oforiatta wanted a way to be able to get close to the money. He only needed to build that what we call special purpose vehicle in the name of SML. The moment he puts that company together, that company is in charge of revenue assurance. It will make him as the finance minister, it will give him the opportunity to follow the money. Now he's not following the money in the interest of Ghana. Ken Oforiatta is following the money in the interest of SML. But because he's the finance minister, when he talks to Ghana Commercial Bank, they need to listen to him. It is as he can do Ghana Commercial Bank, no. So we read the Auditor General's report now. Ubehu Bebia, a man who said Ken Oforiatta took that money in the name of SML because of revenue assurance. A revenue assurance no and a the springboard or a the propeller etumi mani kunya saska no. Into here Regulation 12 of the Financial Administration Regulation FAR 2004 stipulates, and I quote, Auditor General Dinkan Koti aya emra nipa sikani kodi ninsem no wafom ansana waka diesi. Into check aya findings now. Paragraph 1. Or say a person entrusted with custodial duties of public and trust monies shall protect public and trust monies against the unlawful diversion from their proper purposes and against accidental loss, and locate such money so as to facilitate the efficient and economical discharge of public financial business. End of quote. It Auditor General will say, answer about audit be odin kan code to act na kire say the aban sika sha wonsem na so wan hwesu ye na e wo se bebia wo se kɔ na ankɔ a emra ane ubedi. Now who read this second paragraph ra ɛhɔ ɛna kire say SML can OforiAtta's ADH no kwaji 52 billion no. Into we study paragraph 2 now. That's what it says. Mami enlarge paragraph 2 now. It will be easy for us to read. Over here. You see the paragraph 2? Let's read it together. The Ministry of Finance, in its quest to improve government revenue, engaged your service for the collection of tax revenue across the nation. Into Auditor General can say, Ghana Commercial Bank, the Ministry of Finance, in its quest to improve government revenue, engage your services for the collection of tax revenue across the country. To ascertain the integrity of the banking arrangement, we conducted a reconciliation of the flow of funds from the transit accounts into the designated Bank of Ghana holding accounts. Our examination of the transit account bank statement in relation to tax revenue showed that your bank, contrary to agreement for the funds to be transferred into designated Bank of Ghana holding account, transferred a total of 52.5 billion into unknown sources over the under review. The table below provides the summary of type of revenue transferred to unknown sources. The table below provides the summary of type of revenue transferred to unknown source, the details of which is provided in our web. Where I want you to pay attention is the second paragraph, the 2 lines. The Ministry of Finance, in its quest to improve government revenue, engaged your service for the collection of tax revenue across the nation. It is not in the place of the Finance Ministry to engage Ghana Commercial Bank or any a revenue collection agency in collecting revenues. It is for Finance Minister to engage Ghana Commercial Bank. The Finance Minister was chasing that revenue. And Domelevo Busa almost say, what is the Finance Ministry doing in this transaction? Because collect all the revenue, dump it at Ghana Commercial Bank, let it slip into Bank of Ghana. Why is the Finance Minister following? Because it's not the duty, the responsibility of the Finance Minister to follow the money and ensure that revenue mobilization and collection is effective. No, the Bank of Ghana, Ghana Commercial Bank, and the revenue authorities, Ghana Revenue Authority, they have to coordinate with Ghana Commercial Bank to send that money to Bank of Ghana. But in this report, the Finance Ministry, which was led by the Finance Minister, OforiAtta's, led the charge. Into eho, and an ebusom say 52 billion. Where did it end? And I'm saying unknown source. Where is the unknown source? The unknown source in 2020 was SML. So you see, it is a study. Now, when you look at the revenue that came in, her revenue now, SML, you see, this is the document. Let me show you. When you read the oh, I'm sorry, it just disappeared. Oh man, okay, away. Now, when you read the document, this is what you see. These are the revenues I'm collecting at the end of the day. Can OforiAtta's disappear into the unknown source? The Finance Ministry was following the revenue. Why? Why should the Finance Minister be following revenue that has been collected, which automatically has to go to Ghana Commercial Bank? what was his reason for following that money? The reason for following that money was because his SML at that time were the ones collecting the revenues. And he knew that his share was in there. He had to go there as the finance minister, acting as in charge of the ministry to take 52.5 billion Ghana cedis. Now, IRS direct transit, IRS nkwa omo number of transactions 1,180. Sika na omo fire 17.4 billion. VAT indirect 18 billion. VAT communication service transit account 107 million. SEPS GC net revenue and also 10 million. EPI customs account 1 billion. SEPS petroleum. So these were all the revenues, sir. SML boy and OforiAtta's followed it all the way to Bank of Ghana, Ghana Commercial Bank, and took the money. And international Auditor General Domelevo Ebusa OforiAtta any Ghana bank said, Obusa Ghana Commercial Bank said, what was the finance ministry? What is their role in this? What is their role? Because what kind second paragraph now, it made it clear, say, the Ministry of Finance in its quest, it is in the ministry's quest, the Ministry of Finance in its quest to improve government revenue engaged your services for the collection of tax revenue across the country. So study the ministry, at the end of the day, is not supposed to be involved in this. The finance ministry is not supposed to be involved in this. But because OforiAtta wanted to enter Ghana Commercial Bank, he knew that he had to take his cut. SML had to take their money. That money that went to Ghana Commercial Bank, 52 billion, went to unknown source. Till date, we are asking, unknown source, anything. The former Ghana Commercial Bank manager, that man who was the manager there, is supposed to tell us where that 52 billion went. That man is supposed to be picked up by Yoko. He needs to answer those questions. That the unknown source, where is the unknown source? Unknown source near Himfa. And here unknown source no. You to for Ghana revenue now at Commercial Bank to just transfer it to Bank of Ghana, and you tell us say the money went to unknown source. The man who was the head of Ghana Commercial Bank needs to answer question because the Krobian man Kasaman Kobeko jail. Yoko needs to invite that man, bring this document out and say, under your watch, 52.5 billion of Ghana money revenue went to unknown source. Can you elaborate? How did it get to unknown source? Who and who were in charge of the money? When the money came or the money dropped at Ghana Commercial Bank, who signed it? Who were the people in charge to make sure the exact money that came from the revenue collection agencies, it's not tampered with and that it goes through to a Bank of Ghana? So who tampered with the money? And what the unknown source is where?
Okay, Abusia Wene and Sama Ekoso, our political highway. So Ken OforiAtta and I just said 52 billion Ghana cedis. I just said ordinance a ball my and paying for a tracking account or more as sounds of Akuffo. But I must say, some of Japanese cocoa teas are in some way at the MI. Aha, a Ghana politics avenue. So, Madam.